Do you believe you're just not a math person? Have you ever looked at a page of equations and felt your brain just shut down? What if I told you that the single biggest obstacle in your way isn't the numbers, but a simple belief in your own mind? Today, we're going to completely transform how you see math and, more importantly, how you see your own potential. Stick around, because this could be the most important lesson you ever learn about learning itself. Let's start with a foundational idea. Believing you can improve is the absolute first step. It's not about wishful thinking. It's about understanding how our brains are wired. Your brain is like a muscle. When you go to the gym and lift weights, your muscles get stronger, right? You don't expect to lift the heaviest weight on day one. You start small, you struggle a bit, and with consistent effort, you build strength. Your brain works in the exact same way. Every time you tackle a challenging math problem, even if you don't get it right at first, you're building new neural pathways. You're literally making your brain smarter and stronger. This is the core of what psychologist Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset. It's the belief that your abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. The opposite is a fixed mindset. The belief that your intelligence is a static tratui, either born good at math or you're not. This single belief is the fork in the road that determines your entire journey with learning. Think about it. When you have a fixed mindset, every challenge feels like a test of your innate ability. If you struggle, you think, see, I'm just not smart enough. You avoid challenges because you're afraid of failing and proving that you lack ability. Mistakes are devastating because they feel like a final judgment on your intelligence. But with a growth mindset, everything changes. A challenge is no longer a threat. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to stretch your abilities and grow. A mistake isn't a failure. It's valuable feedback. It's your brain telling you, hey, this approach didn't work. Let's try another way. It's part of the learning process. A growth mindset turns challenges into exciting puzzles to be solved, not terrifying tests to be passed or failed. Every tough problem becomes a stepping stone, not a stumbling block. So, how does this actually play out in the real world? Let me tell you about a student I once knew. Let's call her Sarah. When Sarah started high school, she was convinced she was terrible at math. She would sit in the back of the class, her shoulders slumped, barely participating. When the teacher asked a question, she'd avoid eye contact. Her homework was often incomplete, not because she didn't try, but because the moment she hit a problem she didn't immediately understand, she would give up. Her internal monologue was, I can't do this. I'm just not a math person. Her grades reflected this belief. One day, we had a talk, not about algebra, but about mindset. I introduced her to the idea of the brain as a muscle. I showed her diagrams of neurons forming new connections when we learned something new. At first, she was skeptical, but we made a deal for 1 month. Every time she caught herself thinking, I can't do this, she had to add the word yet. I can't do this, ... yet. It seemed like a small change, but it was revolutionary. That tiny word, yet, opened up a world of possibility. It implied that it wasn't a permanent state of being. It was temporary. We also changed her goal. Instead of aiming for a perfect score on a test, her goal was to understand one new concept each day, no matter how small. Slowly, things began to shift. She started asking questions in class. When she got a problem wrong, instead of crumbling, she would bring it to me and ask, where did my thinking go off track? She started to see challenges not as a verdict on her intelligence, but as part of the process. Her confidence began to grow, not because she was suddenly getting everything right, but because she was focusing on her progress, not on an impossible standard of perfection. She realized that learning isn't a straight line up. It's a messy, winding path with ups and downs, and that's okay. By the end of the semester, Sarah wasn't just passing math. She was actively enjoying it. She discovered a love for the logic and problem solving involved. She even joined the math club the following year. Sarah didn't magically get a new brain. She unlocked the potential of the brain she already had simply by changing her mindset. Her story is a powerful testament to the fact that your attitude towards learning is far more important than your initial aptitude. Now, let's talk about the voice inside your head. We all have one. For many people, when it comes to math, that voice is a harsh critic. You're so slow. You'll never get this. Everyone else understands it, but you. This negative self-talk is incredibly destructive. It creates anxiety, kills motivation, and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you tell yourself you're going to fail, you're much more likely to. But what if you could change that voice? What if you could turn your inner critic into an inner coach? This is where positive self-talk comes in. It's not about lying to yourself and saying math is easy when you find it hard. It's about reframing your thoughts in a more constructive way. Instead of, I don't understand this, try, what's one part of this that I can try to understand first? Instead of, this is too hard, try, this is a challenge, and solving it will make my brain stronger. Instead of, I made a mistake, I'm so stupid. Try mistakes are proof that I'm trying. What can I learn from this? This shift in self-talk is like changing the background music of your mind from something stressful and demotivating to something encouraging and empowering. It lowers your anxiety, which allows the logical part of your brain to function more effectively. When you're not in a state of panic, you can think more clearly, see connections you missed before, and approach problems with curiosity instead of fear. Your internal dialogue shapes your reality. By consciously choosing to speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement, you change how you approach every single math problem. It's crucial to understand that this isn't just about getting better grades in math. The mindset you cultivate in your math class will ripple out into every other area of your life. Life is full of challenges. You'll face difficult projects at work, complex personal relationships, and unexpected setbacks. A fixed mindset will cause you to shy away from these challenges, to fear failure, and to feel helpless in the face of adversity. But a growth mindset, forged in the fires of challenging math problems, will equip you for future success in ways you can't even imagine. You'll learn resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure. You'll learn perseverance, the grit to stick with a problem until you find a solution. You'll learn to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. These are the qualities that define successful people in any field. Whether you become an artist, an entrepreneur, a scientist, or a doctor, the discipline and mental toughness you build by wrestling with calculus or geometry will serve you for the rest of your life. Your mindset is the lens through which you view your entire world. It determines whether you see a wall or a hurdle you can learn to jump over. It dictates whether you give up or you gear up. By choosing to develop a growth mindset, you're not just choosing to become better at math. You're choosing to become a more capable, confident, and resilient person. So here is my call to action for you today. I want you to make a conscious decision to adopt a growth mindset. Start today. The next time you face a difficult math problem, or any challenge for that matter, I want you to do 3 things. First, notice your thoughts. Is your inner critic taking over? Second, reframe that thought. Replace I can't with I can't yet. Replace I am not good at this with I am learning how to do this. Third, focus on the process, not just the outcome. Celebrate the effort. Celebrate the small steps of progress. Did you try a new strategy? Did you ask a good question? Did you learn from a mistake? Those are the real victories. This isn't an overnight fix. It's a practice. It takes time and consistent effort to rewire your brain and change lifelong habits of thinking. But just like Sarah, you come to it. You have the power to change your relationship with math and unlock your true potential. Believe in your ability to grow, embrace challenges, and watch as you become not just better at math, but better at learning and better at life. Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on learning and personal growth. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let's start a growth mindset revolution, one problem at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.